The thing about low riding, we don't really go anywhere. We just take our time getting there, you know what I'm saying? Low and slow.
Yo, what up, Che?
Trying to make $1 out of 15 cents, you know what I'm saying?
I want all the juicy details. I heard you guys got into it.
Joining me today is Benjamin Bratt, producer, actor, and Peter Bratt, producer, director, screenwriter of the new film La Mission. Gentlemen, thanks for coming on board.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the new project, La Mission.
La Mission is a passion project from a couple of local boys about a neighborhood that we hold dear. It's a story that centers on the relationship between a father and a son, and in many ways is a coming-of-age story, but not of the son, of a father who discovers that at middle age that his son is homosexual. He's a very powerful alpha male archetype. When he discovers that his son is gay, it turns his world upside down.
And that father figure is portrayed by you. His name is Che Rivera. I think it's based on a real-life character that you guys grew up with, right?
The character I play is based on a man named Che, born and bred in the Mission District, an authentic OG low-riding cat. My character drives a minibus, he drives a minibus, was a single father.
Started one of the first lowrider clubs in the neighborhood.
And he's a larger-than-life persona.
Benjamin, you said in an interview that this character, Che Rivera, is probably the toughest character you ever had to play. That's not including the character you played in Catwoman?
Tough for different reasons. Principally because he's so complexly drawn, and that really lends credit to what Peter wrote. I mean, essentially, every actor approaches a character based on what he's given in the script. It is the blueprint, if you will, for what will ultimately be rendered. And, I bring my own set of perceptions and experiences to the character, but to have an opportunity to draw someone who is at once repellent and yet also familiar and on some level magnetic was an interesting dynamic to explore, not only from an acting point of view, but from, I think, a storytelling point of view. And so, by design, the character I play, in his in the way he behaves and the way he conducts himself as someone who is, by definition, a man of violence and not unfamiliar to us. I mean, all of our cinematic heroes growing up, whether you're talking about Clint Eastwood or Marlon Brando or Al Pacino or Bruce Lee, Charles Bronson, they were guys who got the job done using brute force. And so we create a character who is very familiar that way and attractive that way, and yet we subvert it by turning it upside down and then start to peel the layers back to find out, in this context, what really makes a man like this tick. What is the underlying force that drives this person? And what we discover is, as it relates to his son certainly, and as it relates to his relationship with his community, is love, which is not a dynamic you ever really get to see.
Let's talk about the idea for the film. Now, word has it you guys were at a car show, a lowrider car show, about 10 years ago.
About 12 years ago.
And he said, hey, let's make a movie about lowriders, and let's make a character who's was incarcerated and was a recovering alcoholic, and let's give him a gay son.
No, the chronology is a little mixed up there.
Okay.
Peter actually had an idea and a burning desire, really, to tell a story in our backyard, the Mission District. And he had already developed the idea of using Che as a character to explore.
A real-life person.
Mm-hmm. And obviously highlighting the lowrider culture. So that's actually what drove us to accompany Che, the real-life Che, at the Cow Palace that day, some 12 years ago.
We'd never been to a car show. He took us to the it was a lowrider car show at the Cow Palace, and kind of introduced us to all the different lowrider club members, and really took us behind the scenes and kind of informed the uniqueness of that world.
And it was a fascinating experience. I mean, as a subculture, there's ritual in everything they do, and they're masterpieces.
We got the Duplass brothers, the Wachowski brothers, Brothers Bratt, or Bratt Brothers Productions.
Let's go with the Bratt Brothers.
Sounds good. Benjamin, Peter Bratt, guys, thanks for joining us.
Remember, brothers, sisters, you can
You can take the man out of the mission, but you can't take the mission out of the man. It's in the blood, Holmes.
Don't you read the Bible? You got to love that neighbor.
Especially if that neighbor got a booty like that.